Alrighty, so first question, we're gonna start with, let me see. What would I do if I only had a week to live? So if I only had a week to live, in all honesty, I hate to say it, but I don't really do much anyway. But I would take that week out to just spend time with my closest friends, closest family, tell them how much I love them, and basically we just share memories of each other. My mic died, so I'm gonna have to speak very loudly and clearly. Second question would be, what would I do if I found a wallet full of cash? Personally, in my honest opinion, I would think it's a setup, and I would leave it right where it was. And then there's another question. If it didn't have an ID, credit card, debit card, anything like that, one or two things, like either leave it where it is because I would think it's a setup, or I would most definitely just put it in my pocket. Second, no, third question, what would I do if I woke up in a different country with no memory? Now, I'm going to be 110% honest. I'm a big introvert and I'm a homebody, and there's only a few places that I do go. If it's not the gym, if it's not working out, if it's not at work, then I'm nowhere else. So if I woke up with no memory in a whole nother country, um, the first thing I would do is cry. I would cry really bad. And once I'm done crying, I would try to think, honestly, truthfully, I would think like, how in the hell did they get in my house? How did they get me? That would mainly just be the questions that I have, and then I would plan my escape. Let's see. The fourth question would be, what would I do if my best friend betrayed me? Okay, story time. I did have a best friend that I'm no longer friends with. Truth be told, if she had a flat on the side of the road, I wouldn't help. But the best, what would I do? Honestly, the best thing for me, truthfully, is to walk away from situations that I know aren't good for me. When I'm in situations that really stress me out and I'm being mistreated, I fall back and I enter like my shell because I'm not comfortable enough. And on top of that, instead of putting myself in a situation to where it's not good for me, it's not going to be good for the person involved, it's not going to be good for any of us, the best thing for me to do is leave. Can't speak for anybody else, but if you have a different way you would approach your best friend betraying you, let me know down in the comments. But me personally, I would have to walk away from situations because it's best for all of us if I do so. Let's see. Fifth question. We're already 5 questions deep. If you guys have any what would you do scenarios, or if you have responses, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. What would I do if I suddenly became famous? So this goes back to who I am as a person. I'm very introverted. I'm not really a outgoing type of person. I don't really do too many social events, and if I do, I like to do things that a lot of people don't like to do. If I were to become famous, I'm not gonna lie, I would be a little uncomfortable because I'm very shy as a person and I'm very introverted. So I wouldn't really know how to adapt to it at first, but once I get somewhat used to it, then I would know how to move. But really, I would really just be to myself. I wouldn't really be outside too much. 6, what would I do if I lost all of my possessions in a fire? personally, again, sensitive, I cried. I would cry first, and then I would think of it as, okay, I just have to start over. You know, it would suck because I've never really experienced like a house fire at all. Except for that one time my dad tried to cook hot dogs on the stove and fell asleep, and the whole entire apartment was engulfed in smoke. Nothing lit on fire though, but we were most definitely smoked out. So I don't know. I would cry, but then I would start to move forward. What would I do if I had the chance to redo one decision in my life? To be honest, if I had the chance to redo one decision, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't go to school. I would have just worked. I most definitely wouldn't have gone to school. School is just not for me, especially growing up. Like, I got my high school diploma. It was funny because my mom also said, she was like, I didn't think you were going to graduate because you never brought homework home. And that was true. I honestly never brought homework home. I would either do it before class, or I would do it before I came home. And yeah, I wouldn't go to school. That's one redo decision that I would most definitely redo. It's not for me. I don't like it. But if they made it free, I would be the first one in class. Paying for it is also the reason why I stopped going to school. That was okay, that was number 7. We're on number 8. We have 2 more. What would I do if I met my childhood self? If I met my childhood self, I would tell her it's not your fault. You can't fix everybody. And always remember to do things that make you happy and never put people before yourself. That's what I would tell her. Oh, and I would tell her to stop being so damn mean. Ugh, because I was a mean child. Number 9. What would I do if I couldn't fail at anything for one day? If I couldn't fail at anything for one day, what would I do? I'm not gonna lie, I would most definitely practice. Well, I would most definitely do gymnastics. I would take up MMA classes. I would take MMA classes. I would most definitely, this would be the only time I would probably go back to school. I would go back to school and just take a bunch of tests. So I wouldn't really do anything too spectacular, just a few things. Last question. What would I do if I saw someone being bullied? Personally, me as a person, I don't like when people pick on people. I don't like when people pick and choose. So if it's someone that I care about, and just naturally, I always try to step into the middle and diffuse the situation. I've always been like that. I more so rather diffuse the situation and people talk it out versus fighting and killing each other. I don't want that. I hate when people fight. It makes me cry. Everything makes me cry because I'm so sensitive. But I would most definitely step into the mix, and I would diffuse the situation and try to avoid people from picking on each other or picking on someone or just fighting in general. I don't like it. So that's what I would do. But these are 10 questions of what would I do. And that is pretty much the end of this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And I will see you guys later. Bye.